You're a silly dog, Bronte. Hello, Zazo. Bronte. Hello. You're a silly girl. Yes, you are. Silly girl. Hey? You silly girl? Yes, you are. G'day guys, welcome back. So I scraped that other canvas, the one where I did the waterfall pour, that wandering sort of a waterfall pour like that. Didn't like it, scraped it. I'm going to go with the normal ring pour. I have made my paints a little bit thinner this time, just to see what happens. Right, back to pouring medium, which is the Floetrol today. The Floetrol has been mixed 1 part Floetrol to 1 part white paint. The white paint consists of 1 part of the Artist Flow white to half a part of the folkart milk paint. So I've got 40 grams of the white paint, 20 grams of the milk paint, that's 60 grams. And then I've added that to 60 grams of Floetrol, so equal amounts. With the Liquitex Basics, I've got 2 parts of the Floetrol to 1 part Liquitex Basics, and then a good splash of water, and that's for all of them. The white doesn't have any water. The navy here is the phthalo blue with just a drop of black. This blue is plain primary blue. The turquoise here I've mixed 50-50 phthalo blue and phthalo green. And then my purple is the dioxazine purple. So all of those have been mixed 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint and a good splash of water. Now, I don't want the big white center, so I'm just going to put a little bit of blue in first. Just a bit. And then a little bit of white. Probably equal amounts. And then half of my turquoise, half of my blue, little bit of white, not much, half of my purple, I don't really want the navy on the purple, so I'm going to go a little tiny bit of white again, and the rest of my navy. I want lots of navy, so hopefully I won't lose all of that. Pop it in there. Still leaves a mound. It's not like it's really, really thin. Actually, I'll bring this one up and show you. No silicone oil in any of these. Just try and catch that so it's got light on it, so still leaves a mound, a little bit of a trace. Doesn't last for long, it's gone in a second or so. Okay, what am I up to? The blue, rest of the blue. Is that right? No, I can't remember now, doesn't matter. Actually, I think that was just the navy that I put in there. Hey, yep, that was the navy. A little bit of white. And then my rest of the turquoise going in. can, if you want to as well, instead of having so many layers of white, you can just pop maybe one layer of white in and then go from up high so that the white all sort of blends in. You can do that too, whatever you want to do. Just play around with it, see what effects you like, because you're going to get different effects from different ways of layering and different ways of pouring. When I do a dirty pour, I get more of a galaxy. I'll show you. So this is a dirty pour where I just pour all the paint straight into the middle in one spot. I get more of that galaxy look. And then when I do rings, I get, oops, more of this sort of a look. So depending on what you want to achieve, will determine which way you pour, I guess. Now I've kept half of that white and I'm going to use that on the outside. I might just put a little bit, just to finish it off with the white, just there, and then keep the rest. Okay, so rings. I don't want my rings to be too small. If you do them really, really small and lots of them, the white just takes over and you can't see the color. So I'm going to see if I can do bigger rings. That way, hopefully you can still see some of the color. I don't want too white in the middle, so I'm going to stop there. Wonder if I've got enough navy just to pop in the middle there. I wanted the blob of navy in the middle, but kind of hasn't worked. Probably didn't put enough navy in the bottom of the cup. So that's there. And I think just to kind of blend it a little bit, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swirl. Okay, that should work. I should still have a bit of a navy center there. So you can see the clouds coming up straight away, which is what you want when you do a cloud pour. Give that a bit of a torch. So hopefully you guys saw me struggling with that wandering or waterfall pour with the cloud mix. I really wasn't happy with it. It just did not work for me. I mean, you guys might have liked it. You know, the first one I got those fingers, the whole thing was taken up with all those white finger things. And the next one I kind of got strippies. So yeah, I wanted to try it. It didn't work. And I'm happy for you guys to, you know, watch me with my successes and with my fails. I mean, how do we learn if we don't have fails? Right. Now, rest of the white. Now, because this is a relatively thin mix, you don't have to thin it out anymore. You don't have to add water. The milk paint is quite thin paint. You can hear it swishing around in there. So when I add that to my Artist Loft paint, it thins it out. So you don't need to add water to it. As you do when you're doing the purple, because I always have to add a little bit of water to my black when I'm doing my purple. Let's just spread that out. This canvas has been rinsed 3 times this morning. Hopefully this will be a keeper. Scrap those other 2, the waterfall ones. As I said, I wanted to try it, but yeah, just didn't like it. So I'll stick to this traditional ring cloud pour, hey? Seems to work. So I've got more cloud effects popping up there as I've been standing here chatting. And that's, you know, that's what the cloud pour is all about. The thinner you make your mix, the more clouds you'll get up. I don't want just a massive clouds, like I like some color. So let's just go around in a big circle and try and touch the edges first. Looks like I'm going to lose that pretty primary blue. Okay, so that's gone once around. And then you can sort of think about what you like and what you don't like, what you want to keep. It's a pity I'm going to lose this navy here. Maybe I can try and keep some of it. I might tilt off towards you guys first and see if I can keep some of that navy. Just go slow. To the middle and off to that other corner there. And you can keep a little bit of white on the corners if you want to, or you can go over, either way, whatever you like. Make sure you take your hands around so you don't drip onto your surface. Oh, there goes my navy. Never mind. Maybe I can keep some of that blue. A little bit. Try and keep some of the blue. But it's a bit tricky. Liking that turquoise down there, hey? I'm going to keep that. Okay. That will do. Wipe my hands. So there you go, pretty clouds, and you've definitely got the cloud effects there. Nice and puffy and white. Tiny little bit of navy in the middle there. I would have liked more navy, but hey. Sometimes people like the big white center because it's more cloud-like. Like the one I showed you just previously, it had a big white center, and that's really pretty as well. You can have a lot of white and then have more color around the outside. Or if you just prefer more stripies, you know, circles, then you can do that too. There's no right or wrong, just whatever you like the look of, really. Now I'll leave it there. I don't like torching my cloud paws again, because once I've got these beautiful white pillows, clouds, I don't like torching them, because then you torch and they kind of get these like little dark pits where the bubbles have popped, and then they end up with little dark spots on them, on the white. So I don't like that. But I'm going to leave it because I can see some other effects happening. So this time I'm going to have a coffee. I've said that last time when I paused the video and I said I'm going to go make a coffee, and I never did. I went and mixed paint again, but I'm going to pause the video. And I'm going to go make a coffee. Just fix my corners. And I'll come back and see if anything's happening. It looks like I'm getting a little bit more effects with that slightly thinner mix. The only thing I did was add 2 splashes of water instead of 1 splash of water. Let's see if I can put some navy on this one. It's kind of blended a little bit, but try and get a little bit of navy on that corner. How's the other corner looking? I might still have a little bit too much paint, you know, because I haven't been able to stretch it a lot. And the more you stretch your paint with this technique, the more effects you get up. And you can see along the edges, you probably can't see, but on the edges of the canvas where the paint's stretched, I've got little cells popping up. All right, I'll leave it there. That's a pretty one actually. I quite like that one with the blues and the purples. But you just have to make sure that you use dark blues and dark purples and dark turquoises. Otherwise, your white really eats up the colours. If you use pale colours, then your white blends into those and makes even more pale colours. Getting a little bit of grey through there. Not sure what that's from. Must be from my navy. I did add a touch of black to my blue to make a navy. So maybe that's throwing a little bit of the grey. But again, you know, it's clouds. They've got different dimensions to them, different colours in them. And the storm clouds, you know, they've got a little bit of that grey happening. So, yeah, it's pretty. I'm going to leave it there. Pause it. Go and make that coffee. Wait, I need to oil my stairs. Oh, that looks really pretty from up here. Although, I think it needs turning around. Let me zoom you in. I've got powder on my hands from the gloves. Doesn't want to... Whoa, it doesn't want to zoom. Look at that. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? I actually quite like that. I'm just going to turn it around because I feel that the darker section should be at the top. Sorry, moving you around all over the place here. Just trying to center it, and then I can leave it there for a little bit. I just feel that that should be on top because it's the darker. Wish I hadn't have lost it all actually. Let me turn it. Now I'm probably out of frame again. Okay guys, I'm back. Get out of the light. So a little bit more's happened, not a lot. A few of the clouds have sort of grown a little bit. But no, not a lot happens for my paws anyway, after I leave them. I think if you tilt a lot, you get more effects, but I'm happy with this. I don't like to over tilt because then I start losing those rings, those cloudy rings that I've got, and I don't want that to happen. So I just sort of, you know, you saw, tilted the ones. We'll go around once, tilt to each corner, and then I just leave it. I'll take you down for a close-up. And that's the way I like to do it anyway. We're all different. Have a play around, see what you like. And consistencies that you like. You know, different paints are going to have different consistencies. So, in my opinion, just a small mound in the cup works. I'll just turn that light off and then I'll take you down for a close-up. There we go. I should just automatically turn it off, shouldn't I? So we've got the purples have kind of gone more of a pink, which you expect. That's why I used the dark purple. The turquoise there, the dark turquoise, has gone a lighter turquoise. Your navy always goes a little bit lighter. I've managed to keep a little bit of the navy up there, not a lot, a bit on the corners. Would have liked to have kept more of that. That's more of a turquoisey blue really, but it's still really pretty. I've got a tiny little dark center there. I would have liked more of the dark, but that's okay. And yeah, some more purple around the edges here. So it's kind of the purples around the outside, and then the more turquoises around the middle. So it's kind of nice. It frames it, doesn't it? It's really pretty. I'm happy with that one. So have a go with the cloud paws. I do prefer the folk art milk paint to the satin enamel. I just feel I get better effects from it. It's a very lightweight kind of a paint, so maybe that makes a difference. The satin enamels, it's quite a heavy, kind of an oily-ish kind of a paint, whereas the milk paint's much more light and water-like. Don't know if that makes any difference, but I certainly think I prefer this one. So there we go. And that's it for me now. I've done 3, or was it 4? 3 or 4 pulls on this canvas, and this is a keeper. So yeah, I like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Please like and subscribe, and click the little bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. You'll be notified when they come up. All right, see you later. Bye for now.